wanted to make this video to give some hope and validation for anyone who's struggling with their spiritual journey, or anyone who is waking up to the collective shadow in humanity and is really feeling lost and feeling a lot of despair. So this video is dedicated to you guys. So the last several years culminating into 2020, I think have been obviously really challenging for everybody, but I think those of us who are independently aligned have been feeling this divisive energy in society hit us really hard. And one of the reasons why is because it awakens these core memories in our psyche from times when we were a tribal society and we did have to fall in line with whatever the norms were. And if we didn't, we were humiliated, tortured, killed, just horrific stuff happened to us. And even in past lives, or our ancestors have been through those things. And our persecution wounds make us feel as though the only option that we have is to remain silent and to not speak up because maybe something bad will happen. And for many people, that's what they are doing. And if you are in that position, I just want to say, please don't do this. Please don't feel like you have to suppress your voice or that you have to remain silent about whatever is in your heart. And the reason why is that over time, if you aren't expressing yourself in healthy ways or you aren't doing it at all, eventually your mental and emotional bodies are going to start stagnating with a lot of dense energy that hasn't been channeled or utilized correctly. And you don't want that. That's just going to densify further into your physical body and manifest into ailments, aches, pains, and really you're going to see that reflected in your external reality too, getting pulled into situations that really aren't aligned with you. And eventually, if you really aren't expressing yourself for a very long time, you are going to remain stuck in loops that are very difficult to break out of. And one of the ways you might break out of them is if something external, again, just forces you to explode and release everything that has been pent up within your consciousness. So one of the solutions that I suggest for anyone who is feeling really scared to speak up and embody their truth is to get it out anyways. Write a blog post that's never going to see the light of day, or go on a rant about whatever you have to say in a voice note on your phone. Make some art or some music out of it, but make sure you do channelize that energy anyways, and nobody has to know about it, but just keep making a regular practice out of it anyways. And this is the reason why journaling is such a therapeutic and powerful tool, is because it really does help us see what we're working with. Sometimes a lot of our belief systems and emotions are just beneath the surface and we can't really have access to it, or we don't even know what it is. So this is a great way to find out where your shadow is in relation to certain things. You'll find that your perspectives on certain things change. You may not get triggered by things so easily. You will feel much more aligned in your own truth, and you will be able to embody that truth more easily in your life. And as a result of doing that, you will start to create a more powerful resonance within yourself to be aligned into situations that you want to be in and meet people who agree and support you. And just a few things to keep in mind is that the society and systems that we have right now, we're just seeing them failing miserably and they're crumbling. So that unraveling is just happening in front of our eyes, and you don't need to get caught up in that drama and that mess. It's okay to really break away from what's going on in the collective and really start living from your own center. And knowing this, you can start really living your truth powerfully, because it's not as much as pushing against those structures anymore, as much as it is about really aligning to a higher vision and letting that pull you into timelines that you do want to be in. Because again, we don't have the same futures, we don't have the same timelines. And again, it's for those who do choose that. So know that you can't suppress the truth for too long. There are objective truths about reality, and they will always prevail no matter what. Also understand that it's not your job to convince anybody of those objective truths that do exist. Because we are coming from different levels of consciousness and perceptions, everyone has a different rate of understanding things and assimilating that into their reality as well. And we can't really force this upon anybody. Independent thought and free speech is what fuels creativity, and it's also what helps us to grow as individuals and also as a society. When we encourage open and healthy discussions, even about the most challenging topics that force us to look at our own shadows and the collective shadows that have been there, it allows us to even prevent these really dark, imbalanced leaders coming to positions of power like they have been for so long. And true inclusivity is about allowing everyone to be heard and acknowledged and not just silencing the ones that disagree with what we believe is true. And it's really okay to disagree because we all come from so many different levels of consciousness, again, that it's not really possible for everyone to believe the exact same thing. There are going to be nuances and differing perspectives about pretty much everything anyways. And that's the beauty of it. And I've probably missed out on a lot of amazing points with regards to this topic. So I'd love to hear from you if you have any tips or suggestions or advice on how you're dealing with censorship. Do leave it in the comments below. Maybe somebody can benefit from knowing about it. And if you enjoyed this video, please do like, share with somebody who needs to hear this message. Please subscribe for more content like this in the future, and I'll see you soon.